What's up guys, Rideshare guy here, and today I've got a quick video for you about can Uber and Lyft pick up passengers at your airport, right? So obviously we all know, but I think by this time I'm pretty sure almost every single airport in the US you can drop off passengers without a hassle, right? That's not really so much of an issue, but obviously there's still a lot of battles going on at a lot of these airports, right? Over pickups, right? Can Uber and Lyft pick up at your airport? And that's a question that I receive a lot from readers, from passengers email me, drivers email me. Everyone wants to know, right? Because if you Google it, you'll look and you'll see there's a lot of outdated information. There's a lot of articles saying, oh, Uber is legal, and then it's not legal, and then there's battles going on. This person's that, right? Even when they announced that Uber was coming to LAX and you could do pickups, it's still months before you could actually go and do pickups. So for me, what I've actually found is the best way when people email me now, I usually tell them, or I'll even go and do it myself, to just quickly check on the app, right? So if you go onto the passenger side of the app, let's say you're in Boston, or let's say you're in Chicago, or really any city that you're in, even if you don't live in that city, let's say I'm in LA and I want to check the airport rules in Chicago, I would open my Uber passenger app, type in Chicago as my pickup point, Chicago Airport, and it'll take me right there with the PIN. And then from there, you can actually see if you're able to request an UberX or not, okay? So this is a really good way to test, because if you go to the airport and you see that no UberX are available and you're kind of moving it all around the airport and you still see that you can't get a ride, you know that Uber probably isn't allowed at that airport yet, right? If you go to an airport like LAX, for example, and you move the PIN there, you put it down, you'll see that an option comes up to request an UberX. You can set your terminal, you can set the door number that you're at to get picked up. And so that's a really good way to check no matter what city, and it works for any city in the world too. So it's kind of a cool trick. You definitely you need to have the Uber passenger app. And I'll leave a link to download that and get your first ride free and all that good stuff. But I mean, it's just kind of another reason that really benefits you to have the Uber passenger app, whether you're a driver or if you're a passenger looking to check Uber. It's a really good way to quickly check. Now, if Uber isn't available in your city, you obviously also have UberX, that is. You also have other options at Uber Select, which might be 2 to 3 times the cost, or Uber Black, right? So those services can almost always pick up at your airport because they're paying all the licensing and all the fees, but obviously the cost is going to be a lot higher. So definitely take that into consideration. And then the last thing, if for some reason you're not sure or you can't check on the passenger side of the app, you can always email support@uber.com. I've found that, they'll get back to you probably pretty quickly within 2 or 3 hours. And this is a pretty easy question. So it's a good one to ask them. They should be able to tell you pretty quickly. And then with Lyft, you can always check with Lyft. You can send them an email, but they're pretty slow to respond. I usually ask them on Twitter @AskLyft. And they get back to you hopefully pretty quickly. So if you guys are a passenger or a driver and you want to check the rules at the airport, can Uber or can Lyft do pickups? I think I've given you a few ways, so definitely try them out. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Look forward to hearing from you. All right, take care.